From the Post-Millennial. Woke New York Attorney General Democrat lawmakers to host drag queen story event for families. The event is set to feature drag performers reading to children. So now you have in New York state-sponsored drag shows for kids.
I can't get past the why do you demand that drag performers read to children?
Well, you listen to James Lindsay, right?
Yeah, well,
then you know the answer.
I do, yeah. But the thing is, the average person should at least be asking the question, as opposed to saying, well, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, so all the Karens just decide to show up so that way they can get the kudos at the PTA meeting.
In their academic paper, they wrote, the goal is to get glitter in the carpet that can never be removed. Quite literally outlining in their paper, Trans Pedagogy, how to groom children. That's what they claim to be doing.
Once you do that, you open the door to nothing being better or worse than anything else. So being trans, being non-binary, being a forest elf, whatever you think you are is equally good to being a cis-het person who has a family and makes babies. And that destroys the ability for the culture to say anything is better than anything else. It's all equally fine.
So
and
people
it's
are
not.
People are saying, look, I don't want to act like Ron DeSantis pulling the liquor license from the Hyatt is literal nothing. It's the bare minimum. I'll take it. I'm not mad that he did it. Okay, I'm happy something is happening. But you have in Florida them saying you're a large establishment and we're going to take away your liquor license even though your principal business is selling hotel rooms and doing large scale events. I suppose losing your liquor license for large scale events can be painful. Meanwhile, on the other side, New York is like, we're going to state sponsor all this stuff.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, California is doing the same thing. Now, so if you think this is winning the culture war, you will lose, we will lose. And in 10 years, you'll be wondering why your state of Florida is the capital of child drag shows.
Well, but isn't it also going to drive people to self-separate into tribes again? Okay, if New York is where the state sponsors Drag Queen Story Hour, and Florida, you at least are starting to stigmatize it and starting to create consequences for people who perpetrate it. Then guess what? More people are going to leave, more taxpayers, more productive people are going to leave New York, which is good.
Here's the thing. We are a nation of weak men. We have for too long we've gone from the classical liberal sense of live and let live into the do whatever you want for whatever reason, leave me alone. There's a big difference between live and let live and do whatever you want, but leave me alone. We used to have shared moral foundations. And so our country was like, look, go to your house, do your thing. But then if they did things that were considered bad or destructive for the bigger picture, we would still be like either shun or criminal charges, depending on the severity of the things they were doing. So the point is like drug use and things like that. But now we've gone so far to the anyone can do anything they want. The country's ripping in half, where you've got adult men putting on sex shows. I mean, here, pull this up. Pull it up. Let me just show you the picture. There's a drag queen with fake breasts and children were present. There's videos of it. Fake and doing weird sex things at this show. So New York's going to allow it. And what's going to happen is the men in New York are going to say, I don't care. You can do whatever you want.
And I think it's even worse. You said, I want to do whatever I want and leave me alone. It's not leave me alone. It's celebrate my freakishness. Now you have to actually have the kids, because you got the kids participating in pride parades and carrying flags and doing all that.
That's part.
So they're telling them it's not just there. If you want to teach kids what is good, what do you celebrate? We celebrate Pride Month. So you've got an entire month where you're telling them these people who are abnormal, I'm not saying they're bad people, but they're outside the norm of society. And they're doing things that may or may not be healthy. And you're telling kids that's something to celebrate.
You know what's funny is that the rainbow is the symbol of God's covenant to man that he will never flood the earth again. And they decide to appropriate
I want it back.
That.
I know that's.
But it's also funny that they have pride celebrations, which of course is one of the 7 deadly sins.
I want the flood back.
And so I wonder if a lot of it is intended to attack religion and Christianity.
Because like you said, James Lindsay is great at pointing out that it's praxis. All right, these are things they're doing purposely because they're attacking the things that are cohesive and hold a society together. And they're purposely targeting the things like a nuclear family and the cis-het normality as something to be destroyed. And it's working.
Satisfied people do not revolt. You don't get a revolution when you have a society full of people that are happy.
Drag Story Hour, the nonprofit that's co-sponsoring the New York AG Story Hour, in their mission statement, they have this line that says, we capture the imagination and play of gender fluidity in childhood and give kids glamorous, positive, and unabashedly queer role models for the nonprofit. Like, they know why they are preaching to children, and they're co-opting childhood. We see it as innocent and say, oh, well, actually, children are gender fluid. That's in their basic bio. They assume that all children are gender fluid, which is weird. That's not what I know.
It's abnormal. And they get on TV, they get nothing but dad is an idiot, right? Mom should run things, and the gay couple is cooler.
Yeah.
So all of the things are now designed to push you towards one thing. And it's working, and the fact that we're at least having this conversation, the fact that there's at least a liquor license in jeopardy, and hopefully someone will be in handcuffs, is a step in the right direction. But it is a baby step, and we need much bigger steps.
How is it that we've gone from? What do you think would have happened 40 years ago if something like this was done? If they had an event like this with children, what do you think the governments would have done?
I don't think the governments would have been involved because we still had culture then. We still had a culture where parents would have been responsible, and they would have shown up, and whoever was doing that would have had a very sad day.
So you think people in the community would show up and there would be a riot?
Yeah.
So baby steps? I think you're mistaken. This isn't baby steps. This is total and complete surrender.
Yeah.
That's it. The fact that we've gone from a society that says we won't allow this to a society that says, well, I guess I can pull your liquor license. That means we've retreated and surrendered the fight completely. And this is Ron DeSantis being like, I guess I'll do something. I don't know.
I don't want to believe that it's a surrender, but I agree with you that if it's a counterattack, it is far from.
Let's put it this way. On a scale of 1 to 10, if 40 years ago the reaction would have been a 10, going in, arresting people, shutting it down, news reporting it, angry parents screaming, how could you let this happen? Today, we're not even at a 1. We're off the scale. The scale's gone.
We're
gone.
at .5, .4 somewhere, and that's pathetic.
And that means we have completely retreated from the fight, period. And all that's left is one city in Florida that's done something about it, because even Texas won't.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean,
that's it.
We're talking about shame. I think it's interesting that parents won't shame each other for taking their kids to this show. In fact, Phil's probably right. They're like looking to score points at the next PTA meeting.
Yep.
They're looking to say, well, look at this fun experience. We're so, I don't know, open-minded, I guess. Our kids being exposed to all kinds of things. It's weird. I think 40 years ago, we would have had more cultural pressure. It wouldn't just be your neighbors being like, you're taking your kid where? It would have been the grandparents. It would have been the church. It would have been everyone in alignment saying this is not something we do. It's not just the government intervention, but it's the social intervention, which
Think
we don't
about the
have
incentive. Think about the incentive. Moms are incentivized to not make waves because it makes problems for their kids in school. Yeah. If you're a kid going to school and your mom and everyone around, like, okay, so I know this is going to sound awkward to or sound odd to some of the people, sort of our viewers' ears, but like, if you're a mom and you're anti-vax and everybody around you is up to date and your kid isn't vaccinated, your kid is going to take endless amounts of crap at school. Moms will do a lot of stuff and shut their mouths about a lot of things to make sure that their kids have a reasonable time at school. And it's probably the wrong answer, but that's a significant portion of why these things tend to metastasize and spread the way they do.
Well, and you can understand why you wouldn't want to put the pressure of the political fight on your third grader, right? Like,
absolutely.
But you got to move then. All right. That's why tribalism and federalism are our friend. There is no common ground right now. Yes, we have retreated. Yes, we have surrendered. Yes, we now need to organize into communities of like-minded people who will not put up with that crap. And so I don't care. I don't want to hear your job won't let you move. I don't want to hear anything about it. Move someplace or change your own community at the lowest level and at least fight back yourself. And I think there's some people are doing it.
I typically agree with you, but then I think even moving doesn't escape you from the internet, right? So like there's a family vlog channel getting a lot of attention right now because they're talking about their child is transitioning and they're documenting taking it to the clinic and whatever it is. And like, that means that even if you moved, if your child has access to the internet, this is still the alternative. And, you know,
but if you're in a homeschool co-op, and all the kids in that co-op are hearing from their parents that that's not how we do things.
How do you protect your kid from June?
No, you can't. You can't stop.
Like, how do you protect your kid from the whole month? It's coming, and it's going to be,
or drive down your street, and every restaurant has a pride flag on it.
LGBT shoved right down your throat every June for like. How do you protect your kid from that?
I'd like
You
to
can.
hope that like it empowers parents today to be really open and honest about their values with their kids. I think there are generations where parents didn't want to tell their kids too much, didn't want to seem like they were oppressing them or, you know, whatever else. Like I have a number of friends whose parents grew up really religious. The parents then didn't really bring them to church, and now the kids crave that. They crave more direction. Like I think in some ways we might see a redirection, but it is difficult to completely separate yourself from culture. You have to have an answer for when your kid says like, well, why does my friend go to this and we don't, no matter what it is.
But we have answers. Our answers are better than theirs,
Yeah.
right? Their answer is the more freakish it is, the better it is. Celebrate the weird.
But they don't present it that way. Their
I
package
know,
is totally
but you can
different.
say that, and obviously it's a difficult thing. But again, there's also counterattacks going. Look at the number of states now that are banning surgery on minors for any kind of transition. They're banning hormones. They're banning the rest of that. That's happening more places. So there is, because of the success they've had in pushing that, more people have had to face the fact that that's going to happen to their kids, and it's happening in their neighborhood, and that's causing a backlash.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.